Hi and welcome back to Shorts in Psychology. This video is on exam preparation, so the format of the exam plus some tips on how to approach your revision and different revision techniques that you might like to use when preparing for both the mid-year and end-of-year exams. The SACE Psychology exam is 2 hours in duration plus 10 minutes reading time. The exam is composed of two sections. The short answer section, which is worth 80 marks, and the extended response section, which is worth 40 marks and contains 2 questions. Each of these questions is worth 20 marks, where 4 are for communication and 16 for content. The content marks are evenly divided between the dot points, and usually there are 4 dot points, so 4 marks per dot point. However, in some instances there may only be 2, in which case they are worth 8 marks each. Although you can't write in the exam booklet during the reading time, you can annotate on your scrap paper. Therefore, this is a great opportunity to scan all the questions and start planning your extended response answers on the scrap paper. The reading time is also a good opportunity to work out how much time you have for each question or section, and the SACE exam will actually have recommended time allocations on the front cover. Just make sure that you include time to reread the questions and your answers at the end, and stick to your time allocations. When answering questions, it is critical to read the questions carefully, more than once, and underline the key words. Also note what the lead-in verb is, as this influences how you answer the question. A state question is very different to a describe or explain. Your SACE study guide has a great section on what all of these words mean and how to answer each type of question. Plan your answer by looking at the marks available for each part of the answer, as well as using the amount of space provided as a guide as to how much to write. It's really important to stick to the point of the question and don't fall into the trap of rewriting the question or relisting information stated in the scenario, as this can give the impression of a lengthy and detailed answer that doesn't actually contain much, if any, new information. Furthermore, over-answering questions is dangerous. It wastes time and you won't receive extra marks. If anything, you may lose marks if you contradict yourself. In the extended response section, this could also see you losing content marks, as these are partially awarded for the relevance of the content in the answer. If you run out of space, it's really important to annotate extra answers on both the relevant page, i.e. continued on page 10, and on the back page, question 5A continued. Otherwise, it makes it very difficult for the marker. If they don't know what question and answer is for, they can't allocate it any marks. Finally, don't let your handwriting let you down. If they can't read it, examiners can't give you marks. Don't panic if your mind appears to go blank. Once you start answering questions, your memory will start to work again. Look at keywords in the question. This will help. But if you are really stuck on a question, don't spend ages on it getting flustered. Leave it, mark it down on your scrap paper, and go back to it later. What seems overwhelming at first is manageable if you look at it calmly and decide early how to tackle it. Divide your subject study and revision into small portions rather than looking at it as one huge lump. Write a summary for each section and choose a range of revision strategies to try and keep your revision sessions a little more dynamic and interesting. The first step is to identify your areas of improvement. One way to do this is to go back over your past assessment tasks and my comments on sector to see what you had difficulty with. It's important to concentrate on what you don't know, and these sections of work must be started first so that you have plenty of time to absorb, understand and commit the information to memory. For each topic, you could split your notes into sections you don't enjoy and can't understand, sections you sort of understand, and materials you find easy or that you enjoy. Spend most of your time revising the first section, those you don't enjoy or understand, finishing with the sections you enjoy and find easy. As well as ensuring you have concentrated on improving in your weakest areas, this will ensure you finish on a positive and confident note on your strengths. Let's now briefly look at a few different revision strategies that you might like to use. Flowcharts are a great visual summary of topics, and condensing content into a simple flowchart in itself is a great exercise. You can then display these somewhere where you can look over them frequently. Write key points on coloured card or sticky notes. Organise these into subcategories under each curriculum dot point and use them to test yourself or have others test you. Mind maps have many advantages, including allowing you to condense a lot of information on one page in a visual format. They are a great note replacement and good for connecting ideas both within and between topics. Some people just love to talk. In fact, they need to talk in order to get information and ideas clear in their mind. So talk it through. Set out the summary in dot points and say main points aloud to a friend or family member. Talking aloud also helps lock them into your memory. Often the biggest challenge isn't remembering the content, but knowing how to summarize it and express your ideas. Rewrite the answers to any practice tests you have done. This can be an excellent way of reviewing content and ensuring you can express it well using correct psychological terms. You could also write your own comprehensive notes and make a large poster. Stick your posters on your walls around the house. As a student, I found taping revision posters to the outside of the glass of the shower cubicle to be an excellent strategy. The subject assessment advice, previously called the Chief Assessor's Report, is released in January each year. These always contain excellent feedback on the previous SACE exam, both generally as well as question by question, with excellent examples of what students did well or did poorly. Completing a past exam in a time limit, marking it and then reading these, comparing the comments to your own answers and mistakes, is an invaluable revision exercise. It also provides you with excellent insight into how to approach the exam as well as how it is marked. The key concepts tell you exactly what you're expected to know and can serve as topic by topic checklists of what you do and don't know. You can find this in the curriculum statement on the SACE website, in your SASTA study guide, as well as at the top of each note set in your spiral-bound book. Lastly, you could prepare an exam revision book with the key aspects of each topic that recur. Write out perfect answers to these recurring questions and make sure you know a definition of each concept, an example, and be able to apply it to a real-life situation. 99% of the battle is getting yourself into the right state of mind, so remember to think positively. The exam is a chance to show everything you have learned and is your chance to achieve. You are all working so hard and are capable of doing very well. You will be well prepared. Good luck.